In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set godly goals, the 3 areas you should focus on while setting those goals, and to make it even easier for you, at the very end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly where you can download a free template that will make it easy for you to see every day. Coming up. Hi, I'm Tyler, your Christian personal trainer, and this is 517 Fitness, the YouTube channel dedicated to helping you lose weight and gain faith so that you can live a happy, healthy, and holy life. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. With 2018 just around the corner, everybody is getting prepared. But the first thing you should be aware of is that it doesn't have to be the new year for you to set goals for yourself. But yes, it being the new year, most people are focusing on what is in front of them and setting up goals. You might have heard the concept of setting SMART goals. Goals that are specific, measurable, obtainable, relevant, and time sensitive. But I've been setting these SMART goals for years, and I've just found something has been missing from them. And that something is God. See, setting SMART goals is a good starting point. But there's something right in the middle that already sets you up for failure. The A, obtainable. I find that the word obtainable really puts a ceiling on what people think they can accomplish. The sport of running has been around since the dawn of time. And in the early 1950s, it was seen to be unobtainable to run anything under a 4-minute mile. Then in 1954, Roger Bannister ran a 3-minute and 59.4 second mile. The unobtainable had now become attainable. Less than 60 days later, another runner beat the 4-minute mile. Within the next 3 years, 16 runners would run an under 4-minute mile. So just because you're having a hard time believing it is not obtainable doesn't mean that it can't happen. I mean, Jesus himself told us, "Because of the littlest of your faith, for truly I say to you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move, and nothing will be impossible to you." This is why I created the concept of godly goals. See, I'm a big believer that God has a purpose for every single person on this earth. And this method of setting godly goals will really help you stay focused and driven to achieve that purpose. So to really show you the concept of godly goals, I'm going to head over to the whiteboard and map it out for you. All right, I'm at the whiteboard so that I can explain to you what godly goals actually are. So every letter means something when setting a godly goal. And I mean, this is not a shocker, but the G is for God. The key to setting a goal that I have personally found is that by adding God into it, getting his viewpoint on it, praying on it, meditating on it, reading the Bible, really kind of putting it through that God filter, it gives me more drive and motivation to actually go after that goal. Let's say you have a goal to run a 5K. If that's not something that really deep inside of you want to do, there's really not anything that's driving you towards that. But if you feel that, hey, God wants me to do this, God wants me to push my body, God wants me to live and worship with him and that stuff, you're much more likely to achieve that goal. The O is for zeroing in. So you're going to zero in on your goal. So often I'm talking with clients and people and they're like, "Oh yeah, I've got this goal to lose weight." Well, what does that actually mean to you? Is it just a number on the scale? So you want to lose 10 pounds? Or does that really not matter to you, but you want to lose the weight so that you can do more things, you can fit into different clothes? Zeroing in on your goal is going to make it much more clear for you so that you can focus on it and knock it out. So, because you're here at 517 Fitness, there's a very high probability that you want to lose weight. So instead of writing down the goal of losing weight, put some numbers, put something behind it. I want to lose 10 pounds of fat on my body so that I can insert the blank. Something that I find works really well with this, besides making it super pinpointed, is asking yourself why. Is adding that why to the end of your goal really helps zero in on it. So like in that previous example, I want to lose 10 pounds of fat so that I can, that is your why. The D is do. And this is really where I personally find that godly goals take it to that next level. And where the template down below will radically change the likelihood of you succeeding in reaching your goals. By adding the do, you're adding a plan into place. And so I'm going to make the quick template right here for you, which you can get in the description down below. All right, so here's a quick visual of the template that you can download from the link below. But there's 3 columns, and all of them are going to have this kind of a setup on them with 3 areas. So we'll focus on this first part right here, the you. These are your personal goals. This is where weight loss, reading the Bible more, those types of things are going to go. So let's just stick with the weight loss goal we've been talking about through this process. So your first goal here is going to be lose 10 lbs of fat. Perfect. That's a good zero-end goal. And because you watch this channel, you know that there's a godly aspect to that, creating your body, making it the temple that God designed it to be. But these next 3 lines is where the do comes in. You're going to put into place action items. So how are you going to lose those 10 pounds? Maybe it's you're going to cut minus 500 calories a week from your diet. You're going to go 3 times to a Group X class at your gym. It might be 3 things. It could be just one thing. Let's say you have a goal that you want to read the Bible cover to cover. Well, your action plans could be getting the YouVersion app on your phone and waking up 30 minutes earlier than you normally would. And you're going to do that. These next 2 columns are, I find, just as important as you, but guess what? The world does not revolve around you. So I've created these next 2 columns, which have 2 and 3 as well. And I find by setting 3 goals in each of these that it becomes much more obtainable because you're not overwhelmed. I've sat down and have written out a bucket list of, I want to accomplish all of this stuff. And it's 100 deep. I don't know where to start and what to do, and it just becomes so much more convoluted than it needs to be. But by focusing just on 3 items, it makes it much more feasible, and it seems like you can accomplish it. So these next 2 columns are really kind of where you can make it your own. I personally find that the second column is best for that second, what's the word I'm looking for? group of people in your life. So more often than not, it's going to be family. It could be your friends. It could be work. This is where you're going to set those goals. Things like dinner at table once a week. Taking your wife or husband out on a date once a month. Those types of things. This could be, let's say you don't have a family and you're dating. This would be a perfect thing to cross out and put partner. And let's say you don't have a partner. Oh, there's a T somewhere in there. Partner. Write out what you want in a partner. And then let's say you want someone funny. Good. Well, how are you going to find that person that's funny? You could go to comedy clubs and hope that the comedian is funny, or, set up an eHarmony account. But make sure that the funny is put into things that you like. So that's going to be, the way I look at all of these columns is kind of a circle within a circle, and we're getting bigger as we go type of a thing. So we start with you, we then go to your next circle, and then the third column here is going to be that final circle, your community. Maybe your church, maybe it's a business, a hobby, a charity you want to start. Something that is bigger than you and bigger than that inner circle that you have. So for personally, I've got my personal 3 goals. I've got my goals for my family, and then I have my goals for my business. Because I want my business to be bigger than me, and help the community. So I've got my 3 goals with the 3 action items there. So that's how you make it doable. You add the action plans to your goals. The L is for length. You have to add some sort of time element to a goal. Because you would then just wander the desert for 40 years. And we don't want that. We want these to be tangible. This is when I want these to get done. So more often than not, you're going to add some sort of date to these. But like on the template, there's a spot for you to add time. But these are going to be your 2018 goals. Okay? So by the end of 2018, you want to look at this sheet of paper and just be able to start checking them off. That's length. And the last one is why. For yours. Yours. You need to claim these. Take responsibility for these. I've sat down with clients before and they want to lose weight. And I'm talking with them, getting, to know their story and stuff like that. And in all honesty, they don't care that they are overweight. And that's fine. I'm not one to judge. But because they don't have that drive, they haven't claimed this goal as theirs, the likelihood of them to accomplish it is not going to be there. So look at your goals and really think about it. Is this something I want to achieve and want to put the effort into? And if the answer is no, first I would check back to this one, because I will be the first to tell you that God is going to put you into situations that make you uncomfortable. But in that, He is always going to give you something that is going to help you push through that and kind of subdue any fears that you have. Fear is a good thing. We just have to get through it. But if the goal isn't yours, and when you really think about it, you're like, I don't see where this is going to help God or why God would want me to do this, let's switch it out. Get a new goal. Don't fall into that society trap and be like, I need to do this because everybody else and their mom is doing it. So that is how you set up godly goals. And like I said earlier, there is a link in the description down below that is an easy printout of this, not filled out, so that you can fill it out yourself and have it for you to look at daily so you can achieve your goals. And that is how you set godly goals. And like I said at the very beginning of this video, there's a template I have created for you so that you can have all of this on one piece of paper for you. So go ahead and go down to the description down below, and there'll be a link where you can download it for yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new to 517 Fitness, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And like always, God bless, finish strong, and I will see you in the next video.